Ever wondered what impact small businesses have on the GDP? Want to honor and celebrate some of our local small businesses? Stay tuned. Welcome to the WorkHARDAholic Show with your host, the original WorkHARDaholic, Shirley Crawford, author, speaker, and small business consultant for over 20 years, helping you to work hard, play harder, and business better. Hello, and welcome back to WorkHARDaholics. It's your favorite, at least the original WorkHARDaholic, Shirley Crawford. And today I'm really excited because it's November, or at least it was at time of taping. Don't know what time it is when you're listening or hearing or watching, but hey. And so November, we're celebrating our country, the United States of America. We're honoring small business owners, entrepreneurs. That means we're celebrating you, okay? So, as I really think about the impact that small business owners have, a lot of times as an entrepreneur, we think that we're doing nothing. We think we're just making do, we're just passing time, we're working really hard, we're doing a lot, but it has no impact on the rest of the country. And I'm here to tell you, you are wrong. Okay, so you know me, we like to talk about the numbers. Let's talk numbers. 33.2 million small businesses exist across the United States. 34.6% of small businesses survived to the 10-year mark. Now, unfortunately, we often talk about that a lot of us within the first 3 years, at least half of those who start a business fail. It's the bottom line, all right? But there is that mighty third that does make it past the 10-year mark. 19.9%, which is basically 20% of all businesses, are minority owned. And there are reasons for that we've talked about in the past. 32% of small business owners say inflation is their biggest business challenge right now. And I know that we can all appreciate that. If you're going into the store and you're paying how much for a loaf of bread, right? Like there are certain things we use as a measurement. If we look at gas, I am of an age that I do recall when gas was 25 cents. I never got to pay 25 cents for it, but I remember it being there. But I definitely remember it being under $1, like 75 cents, 99 cents. And now we are well over $3. And depending on where you are, you could be close to $5 a gallon. These are the measurements that we're using to look at to figure out what's going on with inflation and GDP in our economy as a whole. But here's the thing you don't realize. So even now, I think the best example to show you how prices have been impacted is that the Dollar Tree is now the $1.25 store. And even at that, do you know they have products in the store that actually go up to $5? Like they have cases that'll say, oh, this one is $3, this one is $4, this one is $5, right? And I'm going, so the dollar now means that it has a value of up to $5, like something that you used to pay like something a whole lot less for. That's where we are. As a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, when gas prices go up, you would think that has no impact, but it does, because it means that you have to pay more for your products. The things that are being shipped to you, all the expenses, the cost of everything that's happening, everything has increased. And so then your customer has fewer dollars to spend, and you have to pay more to provide them with your product or service. That is the time that we're living in. So we want to take this time right now in November to stop. And as they would say on Different World, relax, relate, release. To take a moment to honor those of you who are the risk takers, those of you who are willing to take the chance, to take the opportunity to be able to provide that business, that product, that service that definitely impact the bottom line. So a few more numbers, right? So when we talk about money, right? So $25.7 billion was extended in SBA 7A loans. And so that sounds like a lot, but if you think about how much it costs to run a business, there's a lot going on with that. Here's the thing that I love to hear, right? Of those 33.2 million small businesses across the U.S., 12.9 million jobs were created. Some of you are working for a small business owner, whether you know it or not. If Trump can claim a small business, then hey, I'm sure more than likely you're working for a small business as well. And so here's the thing to know. 66% of new jobs since 1996 have been created by a small business owner. And so, but then we have to deal with some of those harder facts, those harder stats, to know that just within this past year, 20% of the new businesses closed. And so what can we do to honor our small business owners, to celebrate our entrepreneurs? Well, one of the things we're going to be doing on the show is that we're going to make sure that at least once or twice a month, we are focusing on celebrating, honoring, and talking to a small business owner, an entrepreneur in our community who is putting their money back where their mouth is. A lot of times when we have these larger companies, these organizations that come into the area, yeah, they might spend tax dollars, but a lot of them get these tax deals from the city, the locality, the state. And so that money isn't even really being put back in our communities. We hope it might be with the employees that they bring on, but sometimes that's not the case as well. But when we have our small business owners who are a part of our community, those dollars recycle. They stay in the community. We reinvest. They're actually going to the grocery store in the neighborhood that they live in. They're not just, siphoning off of the area. So we want to make sure that we honor the entrepreneur and we take a moment and say, thank you. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for the risk that you take in being a part of our communities. Thank you for hiring. Thank you for helping. Thank you for really having a heart towards our local communities. So we applaud you. We thank you. We honor you. And we celebrate National Small Business Month, National Small Entrepreneurship Month with you, our entrepreneur. And that's also why we try to bring you resources, tools, informations to make sure that your business is successful. Okay, so I'm going to share a few more stats. Y'all know I like to geek out. I like numbers. I like information. That's what you're dealing with here. And so one of the things I found very interesting with regards to this particular report is because we've been dealing a lot with issues with banking. All right, so we had the SVB bank situation and Signature Bank, and they both failed back in March. And even prior to that, we had some larger banks that had some issues. But here's the thing I thought was really amazing about the resiliency of small business owners, because 60% of them reported that they had no impact really due to the recent bank failures. And so I don't know if that means that they're hiding their money in their mattresses or if they're going with more localized banks, because the banking relationship is a very important one. So if we're talking about lines of credit, business credit cards, or how you're going to fund, it makes a difference when you have that partnership and relationship to walk into your bank and be able to say, you know me, I know you, and this is what I need, and your bank to work with you, as opposed to larger banks that count you as a number, and that's it. So once again, we just want to take a moment to say thank you once again to all of you hardworking small business owners out there, and know that you are not ignored. We know that you exist. We honor you. We appreciate you. And hey, we support you, not just with our words, but with our dollars. All right, keeping that in mind, right after this commercial break, we'll be right back.
Life can be a struggle. Find hope, healing, and answers at the Abundant Life Church of Christ, a place to encounter God through uplifting worship, singing, prayer, the preach word, and fellowship. One step can change your life. One step could shift your destiny. There has never been a better time to take that step than now. Come be our guest every Sunday at 10 a.m. at the Abundant Life Church of Christ, a place where you belong.
Listen, Attorney Alex Taylor is a soldier in a suit, defending anyone with criminal charges, DUIs, and more. Call Alex Taylor, your soldier in a suit, at 804-500-5000.
I'm Alex Taylor. Don't face your criminal charges alone. Put a former prosecutor with 30 years of experience on your side. Let me show you how a soldier fights for your freedom.
Call 804-500-5000 or go to alextaylorlaw.com.
Hello. Alrighty then. We are really excited for this episode of WorkHARDaholics because today I have with me none other than Crystal Robinson. Oh my gosh. Yes, this is the moment where you get to say hello.
Hello.
There she is. There she is. And for those of you who are not familiar with our local celebrity, Crystal owns ZKUTS, and also there's some other things she's doing we want to talk about. But part of the reason why I'm excited to have the conversation is because I'm super proud of like all that she's done and all that she continues to do. So for a lot of us, when we start businesses, we have a business idea, we have a thought, we say we want to do something, and then that is the end of the story. So I love to like hear the journey that got you to the point. That means she has her own salon. She even has her own product line. We'll talk about that in just a minute. So can you let everybody know, like, what was the process of you even getting to the point of having ZKUTS?
Right. So ZKUTS is a lifelong dream. I always wanted to, own my own salon. But like you said, people dream it and then don't
All the
per
time.
se do it. But I would say I worked for corporate for like years and years. So just working in that field kind of showed me how to run a business. I didn't even know in the process that I was kind of learning the ins and outs. But by the time it got to the end where I stepped out, I was like, okay, I've worked in like a bunch of salons. I know what works, what doesn't work, So kind of was just a leap of faith. And then I stepped on out there. God made a way.
Hey, all day, every day. I was
Yep.
always curious, like ZKUTS, like what the name even, like where'd that come from?
It's a little bit of a story. I did have a
We're
partner.
asking you. We're asking you.
I did have a business partner, and she had a daughter. Her name was Zaria. So that's where the Z came from. So she named the
Oh.
business. And it's funny because we had to pay for like the sign on the outside, and it only had 5 letters. They charged like per letter. I was like,
That will
it
fit.
literally is not a,
But that's
deep meaning.
That's an
But-
interesting part of like, because a lot of times when people are thinking about even like where they're going to have a business in a location,
Mhm.
like most people don't understand the difference between like your residential property and a
Mhm.
commercial property.
Yeah, yeah.
And so like, did you have to sign up for like the whole 3-year lease or?
Yeah, so I started out with a 5-year.
Woo! Y'all know that hurts my feelings. But
But
that's the thing about commercial property, right?
yeah.
And so, like I always say, if you can, you want to whittle it down as much as you can.
Yeah.
But your location is so prime. Did they have to set it up just for you?
I think God did, but it was a LED light store before I got there. So they had like these beautiful black floors and a bunch of light, switches and fixtures and stuff. So it kind of converted to a salon pretty easy. But yeah, I say God had it just for me.
Indeed. But it's prime location. So
Yeah,
for
it
those of
really
you who aren't,
is.
so we're here in Richmond, Virginia. And you are on the main street of the city. You're on
Mhm.
Broad Street.
Mhm.
And so like I always think like, how did you even land on that location?
So I stayed up looking online. And that was like the last one before I was ready to go to bed. I'm just like, okay, I'm done. But just searching different search engines, Google of course, but then you have all the different ones that you search commercial real estate, properties. Well, for my second salon, I did get someone to help me with that, so I didn't search at all.
Did you hear the second salon part?
Yeah, so I had a commercial real estate agent. Yeah. So he found that for me. But I would say go with someone like that rather than trying to find it yourself.
So through the process of even getting everything set up, is there a particular lesson that you learned that you would want to share with either other small business owners or others who are looking to get into doing the type of work that you do?
I would say study someone. Like you can kind of after you kind of see how other people do it. I hate to be like say copycat, but you just have to copy the right cat, right? So I would say
That's what I was always told.
yeah.
That it's okay to be a copycat as long as you copy the right cat.
Yeah. So that's what I was trying to say. So yep. That's my thing. Just kind of learning doing as much research and as you can before stepping out there, I would say. Especially if you're not, I didn't go to school or anything like that. So kind of like the school of life type of thing. And
That's one way to learn a whole lot really quickly.
Yeah, yeah. So just knowing your market, kind of, searching around, stuff like that before you step out, I would say.
So we talk a lot about. So right now we all know it's National Small Business Month, National Entrepreneur Month,
Mhm.
and so once again, getting back to those people who are like, I got an idea, I got a thought, I don't know how to proceed. Like
Mhm.
when you guys started, were you looking at like loans, or were you like going back into money that you had already saved, or doing investments?
Yeah, I would say save money, of course, but um, also, let's see. Can I get real? I seek God about everything. So that's first and foremost. And he'll, he has the plans for you. So he can kind of line it out. I just follow him, honestly. But I
Brings all
would
the right
say,
people into your
yeah,
path.
exactly. Like he lined everything up because I didn't have the best credentials when we got like I said, I started with a partner. Both of our credit was like shot. We really didn't have you wouldn't think somebody would have got us a building like that, but God did. So,
Something I always think is it's funny. Like I love to like part of the reason why we do these interviews and share these stories is because it's a lot easier to learn from someone's real life experience than
Mhm.
trying to open up a book and read it. I mean, I love to read, but it's a whole
Yeah.
different thing to be able to have someone in front of you who is quite successful and doing more to diversify every day and to learn from
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that I did read in one of those books that I love to read is that almost every millionaire has gone broke several times
Yeah.
in the process.
Yeah.
And so a lot of entrepreneurs have the worst credit in the world. And it's in
Starting
part,
out.
right?
Mhm.
Because they're taking out second mortgages. They're doing everything they can possibly do to get the money,
Yeah.
and they don't always have it to pay back.
Yeah.
And so they hit the bottom a lot. And
Yeah.
then eventually they keep at it and it sticks.
Mhm.
And next
Yeah.
thing you know, we're reading about them and they're another overnight success that took 10 years to happen.
Exactly. But that's so good you said that because we started out, I mean, we had 3 chairs and they were broken, salon chairs. We had 6 stations and the other station didn't have chairs, had 2 mats, just me and my business partner. Like, we started from the bottom, so no, we didn't get like loans or anything like that, but God saw us through.
You made it happen.
Yep, we just built from there.
So what are the services that you offer at ZKUTS?
So right now we're offering we do light braiding, not too much braiding, but cuts, colors, and styling. That's our specialty. So and we do have skincare products. Well, we have esthetician. So we do skincare, facials, stuff like that.
Okay, well, we're going to get in a minute because here's the thing. For those of you who are in whatever industry and you're like only focused on one thing, we know in this day and age you need to diversify. So we want to come back and talk about the products that they've created and that they're making right after this commercial break. Ladies, are you looking to move your office from your kitchen table to a space of your own? Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Are you looking for co-working and community? Well, then come join us at the Women's Business Center, RVA, located at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, Suite 100, directly across the street from the Kroger at Willow Lawn. Visit us on the web at wbcrva.com or on social media at WBCRVA. In honor of the Women's Business Center RVA 5-year anniversary, the countdown is on. Ladies, it's time for the WBC RVA Toolkit. You don't want to miss it. It means every Thursday you co-work not for free, but it's included. So that's co-working every Thursday. Each month there's one seminar and one group coaching. So all day Thursday you can come hang out here at the Women's Business Center RVA, and it's just $25 a month. Tell them about it, Joanne.
Yes. And a couple of the topics that we will be talking about, discussing and reviewing and going through are starting a business the right way, because we do want to start off the right way. We're also going to talk about a business model canvas and how your company creates value for its customers. Also goal setting, which is very important. Finances, even developing your pitch, also social media distribution and content, and much, much more. So we are excited about seeing you there. So you can register today at WBCRVA.com.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay. All right. So once again, you are listening or watching the WorkHARDAholic Show, and I have with me in the studio none other than Crystal Robinson. I'm not used to saying the married name, so I have to keep just Crystal Robinson. And so if you were joining us, we are celebrating and honoring National Small Business Month, National Entrepreneur Month, and we're doing so by highlighting some amazing entrepreneurs who are out here like walking the walk, talking the talk, living the life, being the dream. So we talked with Crystal and we learned about ZKUTS, right? That's the Salon. We know that they have 2 locations right here in Richmond, Virginia. But hey, if you ask nicely, they might bring one near you. But one of the things that I get excited about is that I've heard part of your journey, and especially when we talk about like just getting everything in order, like what everyone's talking about, the PPP loans and everything else, and that process of everything that had to happen. But the thing I want to really jump on is that it's so important for every business to diversify, right? So, and because here's the thing we learned from COVID is that it might be that this one line might end. So, like people coming in physically into the salon and having services rendered, that might be limited for some reason. But ZKUTS has their own line of products. This is when you're supposed to jump in. I'm like, you got to jump in. Like, yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Skincare.
So we've been talking about the skincare line that you have. And so I know that you all are rebranding and you're having a whole new kickoff coming in January, although you can pre-order today. But before we go there, how can people reach you? How can they find you? What's the address of the salon? What's your social media information?
So we're located at 8023 West Broad Street, Richmond, Virginia, 23294. And you can find us online at ZKUTS RVA, the ZKUTS RVA, and on all of social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
We're doing it for the gram, right, Christina?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So tell us about the products that you're offering.
So our first our first product in the skincare line is an exfoliant. It's called Glow. It's a cleanser that you would use like 2 or 3 times a week. It's a deeper clean for the skin. So if you know what exfoliant is, that's what it is. We have all natural ingredients, natural preservatives. So we have the lemon, lavender oil, coconut oil, sea salt, and it's a pineapple juice.
I have never heard of pineapple in my skincare.
I know.
But I have to go back to the lemon first.
Mhm.
All right. So because you said it's all natural. So there's nothing fake. There's no 3-syllable words hidden in there. But I've never heard of lemon as a preservative before.
Yeah. It's all God given. He told me that. Then I researched it. Yeah, because
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, me either. So yeah, the shelf life on it is 180 days. So that's why, because it has the lemon.
But still, I mean, that's not quite half a year. I can add.
I know, right? What is that?
Right.
Half a year?
Yeah.
9 days, 3 months.
So, but still, if you haven't used it in 6 months, you weren't planning on it. But that's not bad.
I've used it past 6 months.
Does it have to be refrigerated?
Still, you do want to keep it at what is it, like 74 degrees, because it will melt. Coconut oil. So yeah, you can't leave it in the car in the summertime.
Woo! You got me right there. My gym bag.
No, I can't leave it in the gym bag.
Okay. I'll keep that back. I'll keep it back. Okay, so you're saying, so what's the pineapple for? Is that
so pineapple contains bromelain, and that's like a substance that is like anti-aging. So it helps to like tighten the skin. It's amazing. I researched that. Like, okay.
I've just never like lavender. You hear about because people say it's relaxing. I don't know that lavender relaxes, but that's not the point. And so cocoa butter, I'm used to shea butter, of course, because they feel so good and thick and wonderful.
Yeah.
But like pineapple, like the lemon and the pineapple, you got me. I was like, I haven't heard of these in there before.
Yeah, but it really does. You can brighter.
So the exfoliant, that's what the first thing that'll be coming back out because you're rebranding everything.
Yes.
Okay, so can we see?
We actually here we are,
but still, like that's real glass.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not to be funny, but y'all know right now, like people put stuff in the cheapest thing they can.
Oh yeah, we're not doing plastic.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
So we have the different sizes, but they will be glass bottles with cork tops.
So what are the sizes that they come in?
So we're doing 10 ounce. We have a 6 ounce and a 2 ounce.
That's something for all of our budgets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So that's for the exfoliant. And is that what this is? See, y'all don't know. We have a little basket here that we're looking at.
Yes.
Is that what that is the sample of?
Yeah, so we have a little sample here of the 2
Is that a
ounce
2
one.
ounce? Okay.
Mhm. Little baby one.
So if you all, yeah, so I would love to say you all can pick these up and give out for Christmas, but
I have some small little glass ones.
okay, so you all can go by the shop and pick up a little kit that you can give out to someone, or if you're looking at them and going, "Oh, their skin look bad," now you know
Oh,
the
that's
gift,
perfect. The little
the
sample.
gift that keeps on giving.
Yep.
So after the exfoliant, then what happens next?
So we do have the second one is a mask. So it's a honey peach mask. It's a filter face. It literally
Filter
Yeah.
face. What does
Yeah.
that mean?
so it smooths the skin so ridiculously good. So yeah. So if you have like huge pores, if you have just uneven skin tones.
Yeah, I think I need this line to come out a little bit sooner.
I
I don't know about anybody
I
else,
have to
but
get
like
on.
my skin is already changing with the weather. And I feel like every time I like go past the mirror, I see like skin flaking away. It's not cute. So if you see that, don't let people like me walk around the street. Stop. Hand us some honey peach filter.
Yes, filter
something.
face. Yep.
Help us out. Don't do it. Don't let us walk around with skin flaking off and you're just laughing at us. Tell us these things. Okay. All right. So it'll be the exfoliant is first, then the filter face. I learned a new term today. And what else after that?
And so after that, we'll be working on just a daily cleanser and a serum.
Okay. Serum, is that like the hyaluronic acid? I always love those commercials.
It's going to be natural. The line is going to stay natural, so it won't be any. So yeah, it'll have the natural version of that.
Okay, I support it.
Nothing too strong. Too
Okay,
crazy.
so for anybody who wants to, they can pre-order now.
Yep, on our
Okay.
website. Yep.
And that's ZKUTS.com.
ZKUTSRVA.com.
ZKUTSRVA.com. And all your social media is ZKUTSRVA or ZKUTS?
ZKUTSRVA.
And that's ZKUT.
ZKUTSRVA.
I always want to throw a Z in there for good measure, but it doesn't belong there.
Extra Z.
All right. So, is there anything else you want to share with the people before we sign off?
No, this was awesome. I was so nervous. I hope y'all got everything y'all needed.
She knows a lot more.
I know.
But you can seek her out. If you want more information, you can
Yes,
place your
I'm
order
available.
online at ZKUTSRVA.com. And Crystal, thank you so much for coming in.
you.
Super proud of you. Excited to see
bless
all that
God.
you're doing. And I'll be placing my order, soon.
Yeah, well, this is yours.
I'll take mine. All righty then. All right, people. Until next time, as we always say, live better, do better, be better, and happy entrepreneuring. Like, share, subscribe, repeat. Like, share, subscribe, repeat. 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 Thanks for tuning in to WorkHARDaholics. Support our show by following on YouTube and all major social media platforms at WorkHARDaholic. Until next week, happy entrepreneuring.